Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Indianapolis 500 live stream. And yes, for the record, we did do the same thing at Daytona, but at the time we was using a streaming service, so sometimes the internet was not always the greatest. But now I got a TV option for the next month or two, so we're testing it out today, and we'll see how it goes. Um, so a couple y'all might come back from the last time we did the stream for the Daytona 500. Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, hello. Just give you a quick introduction who I am. My name is Rasheem Stewart. I know it says Levin Rasheem. I am working on becoming some type of motivational speaker, especially in front of faith-based organizations. That doesn't mean necessarily be a pastor like running a church, but I will be doing some speakings of the Word of God to different organizations, different motivational speaking opportunities to different organizations all over the country, eventually to the world. Maybe using YouTube as one of my platforms as well. I am a big sports fan. I've been a sports fan all my life. I've been a racing fan. This is going on 41 years. So my favorite race car drivers, I was growing up in stock cars. It was Bill Elliott. In Indy cars for a long while, it was Mario Andretti. In Formula One, when I first got into Formula One, was Alain Prost. And if you want to go, drag racing, it was a tie between Bob Gooden and Don the State Padone. Kenny Bernstein back when he was in funny cars. I liked them too. So, and also like Joe Model too. That was one of my love favorites. So yeah, I've been a racing fan for all those years. I pretty much watching Indy 500 one way or the other for the last 41, going on 42 years now. So I have a pretty decent understanding of how cars go and all that other stuff. So here's some rules and engagement for this. We're going to go until the race is over. As you can see here, if you see my someone gave me a nice little snack. So I'll be eating that a little bit on camera, but I'm trying not to be a savage, okay? So don't think I'm being a savage if you come eating. As you come into the stream, please say hello. And especially you're new, say hello where you're from. Please hit the subscribe button. The goal is to doing the stream also today. I'm only 4 subscribers away from 250 subscribers, and only about maybe 100 views away from 56,000. So I hope you were doing the stream today. And if it goes well with this, maybe we'll do the Coke 600 tonight. We'll see how I'm feeling. I may not do the all 600 miles. Maybe I'll just do the last 100, maybe the final stage of the Coke 600. But like I said, we'll see how time goes and how the day goes and see how I'm feeling. Also give you an update. There will be the next episode of our Shimo Serial Stewart podcast will be up by no later than 12 o'clock noon tomorrow, because I'm probably going to record it tonight and upload it then, because I do have a special church activity tomorrow for a barbecue, so I'll be doing that tomorrow. And in case you're still new to the channel, if you notice on my shorts, this month's my birthday month. My birthday is actually next Sunday. Not today, but next Sunday. May 31st is actually the day of my birthday. So I'm looking forward to it. So if you want to watch some of those shorts that I have done all for the month. And yeah, today's short, we'll be talking about today's speed day as well. If I haven't really done motivational minutes, I apologize. I'm going to try to make it up next week. We're doing at least 2 motivational moments of encouragement, maybe one at the beginning of the week and maybe one on my birthday as well. So on that day, especially, you might see me drop 1, 2, 3, maybe up to 4 videos that day spread out during my birthday. So keep that in mind. If we get to 250 subscribers by the end of the day, maybe tomorrow morning, I might do a special thank you video on that. So, help the guy out, help to get the guy. Help me to get there. Now, here's some rules of engagement for the streaming. You guys will hear the TV go off in about a minute or two. This ain't like the internet the last time, so I hope it won't have less streaming issues as far as sound and stuff. If there's a moment or two, I'll let you know. I'll turn off the sound for a minute so let the thing be buffered. Like the Daytona 500, I had to restart the TV once. I had to wait a couple minutes, so I had to use my phone, which is not too far from me, to let you guys know what's going on. You guys will hear the race in the background, but you cannot see the screen because I'm not trying to get copyright strike. Okay, so you can hear the sound. They do a lot more side by side than they do in NASCAR, except during Prime. So I still may mute the commercials and stuff, and then we'll talk a little bit about the race during like yellow flags and stuff as well. Maybe give you a borderline, maybe a trivia 2 question as the race goes along. So see how y'all do your trivia knowledge. Oh yeah. And one last thing, like I said, we're gonna keep going to the end. I like NASCAR because I'm more of a NASCAR guy than an IndyCar guy. So I'll give you some of the differences. I'm like NASCAR, where they do overtime. It goes beyond the 200 lap distance. They'll do a green light checker to ensure a finish. In IndyCar, they don't do that, but there is a chance. I think the rule is under maybe with 10 laps less to go, they might do a red flag. I don't think they want to do what they did a couple years ago. Maybe do a 1 lap shootout. Maybe after a certain lap, they might say, let's just end it on the caution. But for the most part, I do like my Indy cars for the most part. They do everything they can to give you a green flag finish, especially for this big race. They're going to do everything they can. Also, it's on Fox for the second year ago. They did do a very good ratings the first year. I think they're expecting about the same. But also, weather could play a part of it. And here's the other rule. If it's a long enough red flag, that could be a while before they clean up. We're hoping weather doesn't get in the way. But if God forbid it does, we'll do a few minutes on a red flag period. And I'll check to see the update. If it continues but goes on later on in the day, we will do a part 2. You might see 8500 live stream part 2. That means it's about to go back to green flag, and then we'll let it do a pace lap between it. We'll put the sound back on during the green flag runs. Unless you guys want to hear something they're saying during the yellow flag, let me know in the comments as the stream goes along. But outside of that, no, I'm just trying to let y'all hear the sound like I did for Daytona 500, only doing green flag runs. Okay, that's out of respect, and that's the other reason I didn't get copyright straight the last time. Someone told me you didn't really air out the commercials, even though it was side by side. So during the commercials, it might be side by side. Again, it's going to get muted. So, but if anything happens, I see doing side by side, it's cool. I will let you guys know during the stream. And everybody's good with that. Whoever comes on in a few minutes, that's how we're going to do it. That's how I'm going to do my live stream. The next. Oh, hold on. Caitlin Clark, come on. I might want to hear this for gentlemen, start your engines. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. Hold on. Let me know if you can.
Drivers, to your cars. We are so close to the start of the 110th running of the Indianapolis 500. You can taste it, you can smell it, you can feel it here at the track. All
right, so those are the three guys in the booth you just heard for a second. I just did a sound check. Is Will Buxton is the main guy. He does stuff with Kevin Harvick every week. Townsend Bell, 10,500 starts. James Hinchcliffe, I can think he has like 6 or 7. No pun intended with the meme, but 6, maybe 7. Indy 500. I'm not sure. Someone in the comments can chat and just double check how many he really has. Also, and also on lap 8, 18, and 54. Actually 51 because he kind of also could do 54. But laps 8, 18, and 51 will be a moment in silence for that laps in honor of Kyle Busch, because those are 3 main prominent numbers. Yes, you can say 54 too for his Xfinity, but I would always get at least one from the era. So I would say 18 will be like the nationwide, the O'Reilly Series / Cup Series. The 8 was, of course, the last time he drove in the Cup Series, and 51 was his most prominent number in trucks. He might want to race it to another numbers, but 51 was the one he won the most out of. Okay. Hold on 1 second. I don't want you to see this on camera. Okay. So Alex Palou is on the pole. Just to let you know, in case you want to wonder who's on the pole, it's Alex Palou, the defending champion of the series and the defending champion of the Indy 500. He's not the odds-on favorite. He's one of the top 5 favorites to win again this year, but he's not the odds-on favorite. Well, Scott McLaughlin, I think, is tied for 5th or 6th as one of the favorites. But a lot of people say Joseph Newgarden, that's my favorite IndyCar driver right now. That's a big name. A lot of people say Takuma Sawa looked good in his last practice. Scott Dixon looked good. They say Alex had a loss. He could be a sleeper depending on how the backup car goes. But they say a lot of people thinking the odds-on favorite is the first of the three, the highest of the three Penske cars that qualified was David Manukas in the 12. The last of the 12 won was with Will Powell in 2018. That was 8 years ago. Rossi hasn't won in 10 years, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, we're going to put the sound on for drivers or gentlemen or ladies and gentlemen. Start your engines, and we'll go from there. Hold on. Let's see what this is.
Cornelison, accompanied by the Purdue All-American Marching Band, to perform Back Home Again.
Oh, it's Back Home in Indiana. I'm sorry. They were saying the green flag was supposed to be at 12:30, so maybe it's like 12:45, 12:50 Eastern time. So yeah, well, we got a couple minutes unless you're going to enjoy, for all intents and purposes, my lunch. If you got any questions as you log on, again, say hello. And for the people who keep jumping in and out like 1 second here, don't say nothing, don't do that. I might be just not come on at all because I know one person that doesn't, and they do the same thing. I'm like, it's like you're kind of ashamed to let yourself know you're part of my stuff. Don't do that. If you're gonna keep doing that, I'd rather you just not do it anymore. Unsubscribe and just go somewhere else's channel. Please, I'm asking that respectfully. You're gonna come on Indy to say it for 1 second, and you gotta go. Just say hello. Just let me know who you are. I'll shout you out. If you don't want to be shouted out, just tell me. You have, especially if I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, all the ways you can communicate. Just say, hey, I'll say hello, but just don't shout me out. Okay, fine. I'll respect your wishes. Or let me know in a message. Hey, Rashim, I'm going to drop on for a minute tonight. I just don't want to say hi, but I just want you to know I support you. Okay, fine. I can live with that too. That's one thing about me. Oh, hold on. Now we're going to get in the
Motor Speedway, Roger Penske.
Welcome, race fans, to the 110th running of the Indianapolis 500. Today you'll be part of the biggest spectacle in any part of the world on one day with this great crowd here in Indianapolis and the ones watching around the world. Today we honor the 250th birthday of our country and also honor the men and women and the first responders in our military who keep our country safe and secure. Drivers, start your engine!
Let's effing go! Mm-hmm. Maybe one live later on this year. I may do a quick live at a restaurant. I don't know which restaurant yet, but I may do one this year. Oh, a short video of me eating something good.
Guys, I don't ever think I have seen Alex Palou G himself up in a cockpit before a race. He is Mr. Cool. He is Mr. Clinical. But that shows how much this means. Well, it shows how much of that energy pre-race. It's such a long pre-race ceremony. There's so many fans, so much expectation. Palou is known as the cool guy, but James, he cites He is. I mean, you talk about that long pre-show. You got to remember, these drivers stay here at the track. That cannon goes off at 6 a.m., guys. These drivers have already been awake for over 6 hours. A lot of prep, engineering meetings. Then you go to the pre-race ceremonies. These first pace laps and parade laps are the first opportunity they have to kind of catch their breath and really focus in on the race at hand.
Yeah, they got a helicopter over
Guys, and what is becoming a tradition of the Indy 500.
They got a Black Hawk helicopters over the track.
Honoring the men and women in America's armed forces and celebrating our nation's 250th birthday.
Somebody said joking, that might be the only time Alex Paul might get passed. And that's because the Black Hawks has passed Alex Paul over the track. Oh, that's funny. No, I don't see that. I think we're going to have some lead changes. If I had to predict today, I would say we have at least 7 leaders. So I would say at least 30 lead changes. Well, now with this DW12 era, I'll probably go more than maybe 40 to 50 lead changes. At least 7, maybe even 8 drivers. That'll be my prediction today. I think personally, I want Joseph Newgarden to win. That's my favorite driver. But I'm not saying I'm going to be unreal. I'm not saying I'm not going to be realistic. I'm going to go with the same driver that David Lamb went for in his preview. If you haven't checked out David Lamb's channel, he does a really good stuff in IndyCar. If you like his stuff, go to his channel. He does a really good job. I may go David Mamukas. But I think somebody in Penske is going to win.
Your focus becomes razor sharp. Captain, you know what it's like on these pace laps. This brief, wide first formation lap, you have to take the opportunity to acknowledge the crowd and to really soak it in before they get single file, start preparing their tires for the start of the race. But that first lap, how special was that for you as a driver?
Well, it's just immense. The humanity that surrounds you for this, the energy, the passion for speed, everybody here for the same reason, to celebrate this great American tradition, to celebrate the men and women of our military, and at the end of the day, to celebrate another Indy 500 winner. The moment is huge as a driver.
And also, there's one person I'm going to keep an eye on just for, I think it's a cool story. Catherine Ray, she's trying to become the first woman. She's going to be the first woman to do the double, what that means the Indy 500 cook 600 in one day. But only the second to do all 1,100 miles. Only Tony Stewart's done it. There's a couple of others that done both races and they say they didn't finish, but they didn't do all 1,100. It was like at least one lap done in either or. I think Robbie Gordon is one of those who finished both, but he was like at least a lap done in one of the 2 races.
And as the 33 run around this 2.5 mile theater of speed, let's take a look at how the grid is going to form up on the front row. Alex Palou, his second pole position for the Indianapolis 500. It started from the rear. Our boy, our colleague, our friend Jack Harvey, third. Kaya Collette, the rookie. Row 10, Abel, Hauger, and Rahal.
And check out row 9 here. You've got Mick Schumacher, son of the famous Michael Schumacher, had some success here in Formula One. And then row 8, a couple of big winners, Hunter Ray and Newgarden. They will be strong.
After a start at the Gingrich starting grid, you see Louis Foster, Nolan Siegel, and a lot of eyes are going to be on Will Power. He won this race.
Yeah, he's a sleeper. I think Will Power, because one thing about Andretti, they do always have good cars. But they say in the last couple years have been a little suspect. But I think this year, they may not qualify well, but a lot of their race pace has been very good this month. If you want to put a sleeper team out there, the whole team ain't green as sleepers, but especially Will Power. That is somebody I'll be like, you might gonna have to start. And I'll tell you another underdog too. Felix Rosenquist with the Ganassi and Irons, with Myers Shank. Even Castle Nevis, he's been getting faster and faster every month. That drive for 5 could be a good possibility today. They might have to play a little bit of strategy, But don't totally rule out Castle Nevers having a chance to win his 5th today.
500 miles of racing. Average speed T-Bell is going to be about 225 miles an hour on those flag laps. And how about that spectator count?
350,000 people. I'm thinking it'll be closer to 400,000 if you count the people inside the villa. So right now it's 62 degrees cloudy. No more than 5 mile an hour winds to the west. About 80% humidity. Track temperature right around 65, 66 degrees. It's a little cooler than normal. Because normally it'd be a few degrees warmer track and temperature. Give me 1 second. We throw this away and we can start the race. I'm not really going to put the air conditioning on. I live in Florida. Trust me. Air conditioning is almost mandatory. But thank you for help. Thank you for being a part of this live stream. As I technically start my birthday week, we about to get the thing back. Everybody single file. That's one of the things I noticed differently over the years. They always go 3-1, but they Alexander Rossi's in the lead.
No hesitation for Alex Rossi as he takes the point heading into turn 2 now. All clean through that first corner. His drivers may be looking to the high side.
I'm watching that red, white, blue car, Santino Ferrucci trying to make some moves forward as he pops out on David Malukas to the inside of turn.
When I say lead changes, I don't mean just during the lap. I'm talking about that counts at the start fishing. That's what I'm saying, about 40 official lead laps changes. There'll be way more than that. Well, I'm saying it has to count by the time you get to the end of this finish line. And it is, ooh, that's close. I'm going to give it a Pelot by an inch. I think they gave it a Pelot, but Rossi's back in the lead. This is what I'm saying. Since the DW12 era, there are way more passing.
And his temperament is what differentiates him. So precise, so calm under pressure. Rasmussen on the move.
Newgarden went up 2 spots, or 1. He was 22nd. Howell went up 1. I think he went up 1 since the start of the race. Hunter Ray is way behind.
Now that this 500-mile race is underway.
It was a pretty bold and aggressive move there from Felix Rosenquist to get David Malukas in turn 1. A late pop. We're going to be seeing a lot of those today.
We are. And look, if you're Rosenquist, you know you kind of want to be in that top 3. If you can get your way into those top 3 cars, you can kind of be in that pack that's controlling the pace, deciding what fuel mileage to get. The further back in line.
So we're 3 laps in. We're about to finish 4. Pelot's red. It depends on how you, like right now, that was a photo finish, but I think they gave it a Pelot. Rossi's in the lead, but can he hold it?
10 years on from his win on debut at this great race.
And he's doing good with a backup car. And they said that's a car that's done well in the past. Woo! 3-1. Joseph Newgarden is not playing with y'all this year. That's 2 for 1. Whoopsies. I'll tell you, Joseph Newgarden is not playing with y'all. He's the one going to be. Now, he did say he couldn't be patient, but he's been patient, be aggressive. Castle Nevers is up to 12. I think he's on 14, so he's up. I think it was 13 or 14. He gained at least 1 or 2 positions that he started. Castle Nevers is kind of doing the same strategy he did in the 2001 race. He's slowly moving his way up to the front. Let me know in the comments. You guys can hear the race too in the background. Again, I can't show the race because of copyright striking. I wish I could, but I'm not trying to get copyright strike. So even doing this with sound is a little borderline.
Rossi had that monumental shunt last Monday in practice to cause the injuries that needed to be tended to. Unless Kevin driving with a brace on his foot. But guys, Alexander Rossi pitched racetrack. Absolutely phenomenal. His finishing record here is incredible. On the years that he finishes this race, as we see Newgard making more moves, as Shell Onboard giving you a shot of him going by Will Power now, former teammate.
Here goes below back to the front, James. But you talked about Rossi. I think incredible. Rosenquist makes a move on Ferrucci.
Lovely from Felix Rosenquist. Many people thought he had the car and the temperament to take pole position in last week's qualifying session. He was rapid, only to be denied by Malukas, Rossi, and ultimately below. And here comes Malukas now on Santino Ferrucci. Nice move up the inside into 3. That'll do it for the Penske man. And guys, one of the things you work on so much in practice is not just timing your passes and the art of passing, but also the art of getting past Ferrucci, getting past on Rosenquist there, broke his momentum, and that's what allowed Malukas to get that run. But right now, if I'm Rosenquist, I just want to sit right there, watch these two dance in front, do this choreograph, switching back and forth, back with a driver's eye, and a two-time winner passes another two-time winner. Newgarden on Takuma Sato. You know, Joseph Newgarden finished up final practice with a...
Oh, so I didn't see lap 8 was there. So we'll do the rest of the lap in silence and a little bit into lap 9. But this is for Kyle Busch. I'll do it. Hold on. Yeah, lap 18, we'll do the same thing. Moment of silence for Kyle Busch. And then lap 51, one more lap of silence for Kyle Busch. So all you Kyle Busch fans, I wasn't the biggest fan of him because when he started his career, Bear Elliott was on the tail end of his career. And then I became a Chase Elliott fan after being a Casey Kane fan when he took over the 9. So I respect his talent. I just really wasn't the biggest cheering fan of him, but I did respect his talents. So Kyle Busch will be missed. So you guys say hello as you come in. 10 laps in, Pallot's in the lead. Rossi just took the lead. First 10 lap average by around 215 miles an hour.
Holding the pace back a little bit. That's helping keep the line nice and tight. So Joseph's got cars nice and close together so he can start picking them off. Rossi, on the 10th anniversary of his first win, leads Alex Palou, a defending race winner at the Indianapolis 500. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
To do it side by side. So I did say during the coverage I won't have no sound on during the commercial breaks. But if anything does go down during that time frame, I will let you guys know. Any changes right now? Pallot's in the lead. Whoa, that was a scary crash from like a year or two ago. They just showing commercial on it. This probably Way Hall Letterman Langdon sponsorship on commercial. I think it's good they're going back and forth with the dancing, what they say with the lead change. That could be a little preview of what could come on the final lap, especially if this is that close to the end. And you have to make a pass over 3 or maybe even to 4. Can you make that run? Do they do kind of like a stock car move that you back off a little bit and get that run going to the final corners like they do in drafting back then, restricted plate type of style, type of finish. We'll see how it goes. So I think Palou pulled out a little too late if he's going to try it out the last lap. Now, early in the race, you can get away with it. But I think on the final lap, you're going to have to try to see if you can make the move at the very beginning of the corner. Now, they did change the rule a couple years ago. After that, it kind of super aggressive, I guess, breaking the draft slash a little bit of a block from Joseph Newgarden. There's a certain line after you, like you're going towards pit road, you have to be back up a certain point. If you don't, you'll get penalized. Because they don't want nobody trying to crash into the front stretch attenuator, and that could get ugly. That can get real messy. I don't know exactly what the line is to stop on the pit road. I don't see it yet. I hope that doesn't come into play, but that is something they might have to think about as the race goes along. We're not quite there yet, but eventually that could be something, that could be a question that could be asked later. They didn't show it, so but when you see it, yeah, I'm not a big coffee guy. They're showing Java coffee. Okay, let's get back to the sound. Again, if y'all let me know when you're coming listening to this race. Let me know, and so we can.
Alexander Rossi back in the lead. Alex Palou taking that while we were in commercial break. Still, really nice game being played between the leaders, between Rossi and Palou. But look at Rosenquist getting ever closer to those top two.
I think Rosenquist is exactly where he wants to be. I think he's kind of letting these two swap positions. When you're leading out front, you burn much more fuel. If you can be second in line, third in line, you're going to save a bit more gas. And Rossi doesn't want to lead too much. Right now, he's led 5 laps. Palou's led 10. They come right on board with DHL. And Palou goes back to the point. Here's the thing, Townsend. You do burn more fuel. The engineers don't like it. But, man, as a driver, isn't it so nice when you're out front, not having to worry about anyone making a mistake in front of you, taking the air off your car. This is the view that you want on lap 199, sure, but it's not a bad one on lap 16 either.
Yeah, looking pretty gentlemanly between first and second place right now. Let's listen to a little bit of radio from Connor Daly.
All hunters here, just all hunters here to probably use one front line and copy that.
Rossi back to the lead. That is the 11th lead change that we've had in just 17 laps here at the Indianapolis.
11 lead changes.
The last year, the whole race, we had 22.
Daly there talking about adding some front wing in that first pit stop. Just battling some understeer. The front tires not quite gripping the racetrack the way that he wants.
There's the drivers exit turn 4 and cross the yard of bricks. On lap 18, you remember Kyle Busch.
Oh, they're doing it in Indianapolis themselves. Okay. They're doing a silent lap for 18. So, yeah, that's for Kyle Busch. And then on lap 51, we'll do it again for his Truck Series car. And they're showing the Ganassi number 8. So, I think that's a good thing. And you got a Kyle Busch fan at the race. So, that's good. Uh-oh, we got a call. Oh, dang. No, don't go back. Don't go back. Oh, that could have got ugly. Oh, thank God that person's not hurt. But that could have got real.
McLaren AJ Foyt racing car.
Oh, it's Catherine Lang. Oh, no.
And Catherine Langstream becoming the first woman to complete the double.
And our safety team is always quick on the scene. We heard Catherine's radio saying that she's okay. We're going to work now to clean up the racetrack. Pace car going to bring the field around, having to do a little bit of a chicane on the back straight there. You can see the disappointment on the crew, just all the work, guys, that goes into this race. It's obviously not just from the driver. Racing is the ultimate team sport. So much effort all come undone here.
Both of these, of course, one-off entries.
That's the second year in a row that the McLaren one-off crashed.
And the 11 for Catherine Lang.
Let's take a look at this replay here on the right side of the screen. You see Ryan Hunter-Reay just moving the car all on his own there at the exit of turn 2. He stays into the throttle there. trying to keep it off the wall, and at the last second, Catherine just swerves to try to avoid him. Heavy impact to the inside barrier.
We talked about turn 2, guys. This is exactly what happened to Alex Rossi in that Monday practice. Just got a little high. You saw that first moment he corrected it. Did a good job of keeping his foot buried and keeping it out of the wall initially.
And they do have a little bit like, I won't say roof flap, but they got a little air flaps to do their best to keep the car off the ground, especially on the high speeds.
Right here, perfect decision. She had to do that and just narrowly avoided T-boning Ryan Hunter-Reay, really sacrificing herself to protect the other driver. Horrible situation for both.
Checking on board now from the view of Graham Rahal. You see Ryan going around. Nothing else. You can see how much the driver's vision is impaired. They're sitting so low, guys. They're looking through the aero screen. That smoke comes up. And you're going over 200 miles an hour. It's so hard to make that split-second decision and know which way to go. But great to see Catherine out of the car, waving to the crowd.
I'm glad she's okay, but that was a little bit of hard hitting even the inside wall. They put a safer barrier there. A few years ago, that was tires and what you call it.
In her merchandise this week. She will head on to Charlotte now, but desperately disappointing for her. Desperately disappointing for Ryan Hunter-Reay, the 2014 winner with McLaren. But think about all of the expertise that he has brought to that McLaren group for this 500 as they search to achieve the seemingly impossible of winning the Triple Crown of Motorsport in the same decade.
And I'm just shocked, James, that Ryan Hunter-Reay's car was that loose this early in the race. Temperatures are down, grip is up. He was seemingly running on his own there. We always talk about how treacherous, how difficult turn 2 is, and it just caught another winning driver of this race out.
Guys, we talk about how important pit lane is here at the Indy 500, and they're coming to the lane, Georgia.
Dale Malukas comes to pit lane today.
Not everybody, but the majority of the field does.
First-year Team Penske driver, and he brings his car to the attention of Travis Law, who is usually has in the previous years been a crew chief for the team, calling his first 500 as strategist this year. He makes his marks to his box. They're going to take 4 tires and fuel today. This is going to be his first stop of the day, and obviously an important one. He is down and away after a small way. Alexander Rossi in the middle of your screen led 6 laps there. Turn up front wing out in 4 tires. Alex below, no changes. Looks good as he battled up front. It's like 13 laps today.
The big winners off pit lane. Rosenquist up to second, but Scott McLaughlin has blown up the order with a brilliant stop from his Penske crew. VK, Grosjean, Kyle Collette, and Jeff Harvey stayed out. And those who finished is Cologne first, Rosenquist second.
Okay. It's on commercial, so there's no side by side. So we're going to do a couple minutes. So we're about 10% of the race in. So just give you guys a little quick update. Just in case you're coming in now. First of all, welcome to the channel and welcome to the Indy 500 live stream. First and foremost, after halfway point of lap 18, the tribute to Kyle Busch. We had a 2-car accident. Return 2, Ryan Hunter-Reay got loose. For whatever reason, he might have got a little high on the groove. And then Catherine Legg was trying to avoid him because his car was like this. She was on the path to T-bone him. I don't think it would have been driver's side. I think it would have been more, I don't know, it was driver's side, more like the equivalent would be passenger side. But even with that, would have been a really hard second impact. And then she made a decision to try to go left. But I think she took too much to the left. And then her car snapped, hit the inside wall a little hard too. But both drivers, they got out of their own power. They're a little shaken up, but I think they said there's going to be no injuries. So the first half of her attempt to do the double, Catherine Legg crashed by the end of halfway between lap 18. So we wish Catherine Legg the best of luck in her 600 miles later on today at Charlotte. Weather permitting, that race will be on and as scheduled today. If not, worst case will be tomorrow morning. But either way, we'll wish her the best good luck. And Ryan Hunter-Reay, and for a team that's really, that was the equivalent of Kyle Lawson's I don't want to say primary car that he somewhat like last year repaired, or that was his backup car that got a little bit like somewhat damaged. But it was a really good car. I mean, either way, it could be the 2024 edition when you finish in the top 20. That team has been, that's a second year low on that one-up effort that crashed. And I think Ryan Hartley had a good chance to have a top 10 finish. But yeah, it's Indy 500. You never know. But anyway, we are now on the caution right now. We're just waiting for the commercial break to be done. So, well, I got a minute to check to see if anybody has texted me or bothered me for the first half hour, 45 minutes after. Let me turn my sound down. Just get on. Nobody hearing that for a second. Okay. Nothing really yet. So yeah, we'll just wait for the commercial to get off. So yeah, we're enjoying the day. Sorry, I wiped my face off a lot. It's hot even inside for being in Florida. But right now, yeah, so I have a friend that's in. He gave me a message. He's in Orlando eating White Castle. I love those little burgers of White Castle. If you're watching, if you have a White Castle in your area of the woods, let me know where it's at in the world, and we'll go from there. Oh yeah, just a reminder: if something happens with the weather and gets delayed with the IndyCar race or whatever, and it's gonna be a little bit of a long delay. Not saying it's going to. I know it looks like weather's holding up, but yeah. So just as a reminder, we will stop the streaming, and then as soon as the guy who won the truck race and the guy who won the O'Reilly Series race did a bow in honor of Kyle Busch. I thought that was really classy, and they both said nice things about Kyle Busch. And they're about to get back on. Oh, they're talking about Firestones for a minute. So yeah, if I have to take a quick break for a minute too, because of a bathroom break or whatever, I'll keep the sound on and do what I gotta do. Tell I'll be right back. Not say I'm going to, but if in case that happens, I'll give you guys a heads up and let you know what's going on. See what's wrong with Rossi.
Let's take a look at what happened here, James. It looks like the right rear tire changer had to go to the spare wheel nut. Loses valuable time right there. Has to get it rethreaded and then gunned. Horrible under a caution stop for Alexander Rossi, who was breezing at the lead, and you see fuel burning off on the left-hand side, and that's not the only time that's happened.
No, we roll back 12 months to last year. A fire on pit lane for Alexander Rossi. Saw the end of his race. Pit stop woes, though, today for ECR. We've already seen Alexander Rossi lost 11 positions on that stop. All three ECR cars combined lost 30 positions on pit stops. Christian Rasmussen, for a reason.
Now, lucky they got plenty of time to make it up, but
That's because they didn't get the fuel nozzle attached on that first stop for Christian Rasmussen. But I'll tell you one thing, guys. Christian Rasmussen fighting through from the back of the field. Yes, please.
That'll be something to watch.
He is one of the most exhilarating drivers in this championship when it comes to running on ovals. And we are getting back to green. It will be Rinus VK, the 25-year-old from Hoofddorp in the Netherlands, who leads us away from Roman Grosjean.
there's 1, 2, 3, 4 guys who did not go for a pit stop. Oh yeah, that's a line right there. There's a certain line.
Grosjean goes for the lead on VK. Over the yard of bricks. We're back to green.
Oh, he got shot.
Harvey hangs on, and around goes Rosenquist, who's got ahead of Cologne on the restart. So too is Scott McLaughlin.
Oh, we have a crash.
Ed Carpenter, team owner and driver for just this race at ECR, the number 33.
Cautions breed
And
cautions.
for Ed Carpenter Racing, three big issues with all three drivers to start this race. As the Avon safety team climbs onto the nose of Ed's car, they'll have an immediate conversation and assess the driver. See the steering wheel coming off.
And that was a big hit
Yeah.
for Ed Carpenter. So experienced in this race. Wasn't born here in Indianapolis, but is an adopted Hoosier.
It was a late acceleration from VK. He's allowed to go much earlier than that. You see further back off of 4. Rossi kind of the start of a big traffic jam, really, at 200 miles an hour. And you see in the middle there, that is Carpenter.
Look at Sato to the outside, I believe. Carpenter trapped in the middle. They're 3 wide going into turn 1.
And what happens? He just drives down on him. Sato was trying to almost act like there was only 2 cars there, not being him and one other. Not a lot Ed could do from that place.
Carpenter out of the vehicle, under his own steam. Good to see after a big hit into the turn 1 wall. He's frustrated. ECR's day goes from leading this race to abject disaster. Carpenter not happy.
I don't think I'll be happy either, to be honest.
If you're planning on all getting together, why stay in hotel rooms and not be together? Get an Airbnb.
Yeah, so you may see me do my bathroom break now. Oh, sorry, not supposed to have the commercials on. Yeah, I'm gonna go do the quick bathroom break in about 1 to 2 minutes. Yeah, if you just didn't hear what the guy just said, Ed Carpenter was not happy with. I think him and Sato's gonna have a very interesting conversation at some point in the day. That conversation is gonna end up happening, and I'm not gonna totally blame Sato. I'm not saying it was totally his fault. I mean, it's a racing accident. But I think if you're the spotter, if nothing else, you gotta know that it's still 3 wide. He probably think it was only 1 car on the inside. He didn't think it was 2 on the inside. So maybe that's what the spotter should say. 2 on the inside. I'm like, oh. Then I think he would have backed off and gave Carpenter the room. Oh yeah, they just finally put the calf and leg crash on the YouTube channel. So if you missed it, you can go back and look at it real fast on the NTT IndyCar Series YouTube channel. Yeah, don't be surprised. Yeah, Carpenter one will be on there. So I'll be back in my 1 to 2 minutes. I'm not sharing my screen. So let me see some of these are working for later. And I'll be back in my 1 to 2 couple minutes in the bathroom, and we'll be back with more sound for the Indy 500. Presented by Cambridge and Mountain Dew. Oh, for the one person coming in, I'm not leaving the stream. I just gotta use the bathroom. Give me 1 or 2 minutes. I'll be right back. Just say something until I get back, and I'll answer you when I get back. All right. So tomorrow. Oh, yeah, the race just got back started again. Ooh, look at new one getting close like that. Oh, no. Wow. Wow, those two know how to race near each other because that could have been disastrous. Oh, hello, everybody. I just got back from the bathroom. They just went back to green. Connor Daly's in the lead. So, yeah, Indiana's favorite son, Connor Daly's in the lead. Oh, Connor Daly.
In the first 33 laps for years. Now remember, Paul Collette is almost out of fuel. He hasn't pitted. So in the next 3 or 4 laps, I would expect him to come to pit lane. But he wants to reclaim the lead from Connor Daly.
You don't need to look at the pylon and nose leading. Just listen to the crowd as Connor took the lead there. Now Collette back in front. Not only almost out of fuel, almost out of tires as well. Those Firestones have got a full spin at this point. Much fresher rubber on the cars behind. This young rookie is doing a great job out front.
But a huge boost of confidence for rookie Will.
Yeah, even Collette is in the lead for a minute or for a lap or two, like the cover says. Great. So now crew chiefs know you can go 30, 35 laps on a full stint, but some of them is on the caution. So you're probably looking about 25, 30 laps.
So far to the good for Newgarden. Joseph Newgarden is just under 23rd. He is up to 8th. As McLaughlin
So yeah, this has been a great race so far. As you come in, please say hello. Just let me know. Just let me know you're here. And if you're pulling for somebody in the Indy 500, let me know who you're pulling for. I'm going for Joseph Newgarden, but let me know who your driver is today. I'll just let you know Captain Legg, Ryan Huntley, and Ed Carpenter out of the race. All of the crashes.
Since his first turn at the wheel at the Speedway leads from Daly. Daly looking to get back through and back into the lead. Can't do it at one. Collette has been so impressive since the open test that we had here. Qualified up in the top 10 originally before a post-qualifying penalty. Put him all the way to the back of the field, but from the back row, from 32nd to first, Kyle Collette, what an impressive run from this young man.
And of course, he's driving for AJ Foyt Racing. AJ, one of the all-time greats, and his teammate Santino Ferrucci, one of the best records here at the Speedway. So he's got two incredibly experienced and successful drivers to learn from. And man, has he learned quick.
But folks, don't forget, Collette and Grosjean, first and fifth on an alternate strategy. They won't run out of fuel before everybody else in this field. They're committed to that now.
But what a great situation for AJ Foyt. He's covered with both sides of the strategy. He's covered with two fast cars on both sides of the strategy. Collette continues to lead on lap 38.
And it's great experience for him, too. Sort of like you said, T-Bell, just to have the chance to run up front, mix it up with the big dogs, know that you can do it. And if I'm Connor Daly, I'm happy to let him lead, burn the rest of his fuel, save a little bit more for myself, so my next stop can hopefully be a little bit shorter if needed.
As Daly tucked up behind Collette, will he make the move? No, he's just happy to sit there. As Will Lucas now gets past Grosjean. We've heard from Ryan Hunter-Reay from that first incident in this race. Let's hear from Catherine Legg.
Captain Legg has also been released, and it's important to know. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just gutted, I guess, more than anything.
What happened from your perspective?
Ryan spun in front of me. I think he was battling his car for a minute, and I was back there just chilling out, saving fuel. And he spun, went down the track, then started coming back up the track, so I had to abort mission and try and go low, and I just didn't make it, basically.
Obviously, this is a disappointment, and not the way you wanted it to end here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, but you still have a big day ahead of you, so we just wanted to say congratulations on starting the race and your future endeavors today.
Appreciate it, Kath.
Grosjean, of course, into pit lane to take on fuel.
Grosjean just came to the pits. So probably the next lap or two, Collette's going to have to come in.
5, 6, Collette still leads. There is Grosjean in the lower half of your picture. Decent looking stuff from the Dale Coyne team. But how low can he go?
Well, by Grosjean pitting, that means Collette's probably going to have to get in the next lap or two. But Collette knows how to lead out front. This guy, as he comes to pit lane, this guy can run a 5K in 18 minutes. He's one of the fittest drivers in the series. He comes in for fuel.
Now Daly leads the Indianapolis 500, the boy from Noblesville, Indiana. Daly adores this track. The fan base here adore him. They are raucous in their approval anytime he gets even a sniff of the lead. But here comes the defending race winner, the four-time champion Alex Palou to the lead. And then Lucas puts the move on his teammate Scott McLaughlin. And that FedEx car up ahead is Romain Grosjean. You lose basically about a lap with the pit stop here at Indy. Now Grosjean's out there on full fuel and fresh tires, trying to desperately stay on that lead lap.
Fresh tires are good. Not as good as a massive draft behind. I think Palou's going to have the opportunity to get around it and potentially trap Grosjean a lap down. Should a yellow come out before Palou has to pit again.
Think about the last lap, though, of last year's Indy 500. How smart Palou was in using the traffic ahead of him, just to drag it along, use a little bit less fuel, a little bit less tires, really take advantage of those guys who have the fresher rubber ahead. So it's Alex Palou, four-time champion, defending race winner, who leads from Connor Daly, who has never won a race in his IndyCar career. David Malukas, driving for Penske, is third. He too has never won a race in IndyCar. Scott McLaughlin is fourth. Joseph Newgarden is fifth. And it's Rosa Bush-Ferrucci, Dixon, and Simpson.
I'm telling you, a lot of people, I picked Manukas to win. I probably would like Joseph Newgarden to win.
Driver's eye camera kind of shows you what you're seeing. If you're the reigning champion and defending winner, and he's just controlling that throttle down the back straight, making sure he's got the right gap, the gap that he wants to Grosjean in front.
While Palou leads from Connor Daly. It's his 13th Indianapolis 500 this year. Unlucky for some, maybe not for Connor. Is this his year?
Yeah, he's doing good, Connor Daly. We're 44 laps in. We're gonna just another thing too. If you're just coming in while we're doing the commercial breaks, even side by side, not gonna air out the commercials. I'm doing things to make sure, because couple people tell me some tricks why they didn't get copyright blocked. I'm not saying if you air the commercials you get blocked because you're not seeing them, but the way things keep changing on YouTube, the way they keep changing the rules, it's a little bit funny, and I don't want to take a chance on that today. I don't know why we're black today on a hot day here in Florida, but it is what it is. I mean, so yeah, they said it's supposed to rain later on today, so we'll see how it goes. It's interesting too now though with the internet. Since we got the TV, seems like the internet's getting better. We haven't had as much issues. So I wanted the internet works better. You having a Zumo box, so we'll see how that plays out. But anyway, so this is interesting. So yes, while we're at the commercial break for the moment, nobody's online, I can say this. It looks like the race to my heart, or in this case, the race of my love life, may have a checkered flag coming sooner than later. Because I am talking to somebody right now about possibly dating in the future, and talks are going well. We did our first virtual date a couple weeks ago. We may do another one in the next few days. She's in another part of the world for now. So we're just going to go on our second virtual date probably next week or two. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. And we're almost one quarter of the race in. Alex Palou is still in the lead. And the World Cup starts June 11th. So all you soccer fans, and it looks like they say Messi might come back for one more round. And Mbappe and Ronaldo's coming back for one. Cristiano Ronaldo's coming back for one more. Wow, that's going to be interesting. Back to sound of the race.
28 of 200 completed. Connor Daly is second. Then it is the Penske trio of David Malukas, Scott McLaughlin, Joseph Newgarden is fifth from the starting position of 23rd. But guys, the driver on the move since the restart is not Newgarden, it's not Malukas, it's Rasmussen. We said watch out for him. This is a guy who took his first win on an oval last year in Milwaukee. He is renowned for being electrifying on an oval. He takes chances no one else dares, and he is displaying that here today once again. A driver you cannot keep your eyes off.
It's so exciting to watch. Nobody's more comfortable with a loose car than Christian Rasmussen. That's where the back end of the race car wants to walk around. Exactly what led to Ryan Hunter-Reay's crash earlier. But Rasmussen just loves to dance on the wild side. And late in this race, if he's in contention, that can be an advantage.
And guys, we've been talking a lot about Newgarden's charge up through the field. Another driver that we had eyes on right from the beginning was Kyle Kirkwood, who was out of position a little bit. We see the Sam's Club on board right now for the Andretti Global driver. Let's listen in on a little bit of radio from Kyle.
Did we help you with that much air pressure adjustment? Not really good now. Okay, we're now heading to take them out, save it fuel here.
They are right on target for where they want to be. I talked to Brian Herta, who you just heard from, and he has it charted where they need to be at specific points in the race. During the last caution, when Kirkwood was 21st, he said, we are actually a little bit ahead. He said, we only need to be up to 14th by lap 100. I said, will you ever have to go off strategy if you can't pass? He said, Kyle is going to be able to pass today. He can get to the front.
17th with 15 laps done. We have
All right, we're going to do lap 51 in silence in honor of Kyle Busch. That'll be the last time I'll do that during the race. And then going from there. We're doing a silent lap 51 for you Kyle Busch fans. We know that was one of his numbers he drove, especially in the truck series. The most of his truck series wins, with bulk of them was in 51. That ends 51. We'll get back to the sound of the race.
Was impressive right away. Year two, when he moved to Chip Ganassi Racing, he nearly won the thing. The only guy who was able to beat him that day was Elliot Castanet, who's a four-time winner of this race. But he took lessons learned from that race, applied it last year, and took home his first 500.
For me, more than the stats, what do the hands tell me? If we go back on board Alex Palou, just look at how calm those white gloves are in the corner. Absolutely confident, methodical, and ultra-precise. Palou, a master on all racetracks, and now here at Indy.
once again using the slipstream, using the toe from the two cars ahead. He could easily put a lap down, but he opts not to, using them to pull him around the track instead. Because we talk about Alex Palou, four-time champion, driving for Chip Ganassi Racing. There he is in the yellow and red DHL car, leading.
So back to what I was saying. Yeah, so we'll have our next virtual date in the next week or two. Since the DHL sponsors Alex Palou, so I'll get my next set of mail in about a week or two for DHL. A late Mother's Day card and a special Thinking About You card, and that's pretty much it for that one. And then after that, we'll see what happens. So, keep that in prayer. I'm not gonna say where, but she's in another part of the world. There's a chance she'll be coming to America before the end of the calendar year, hopefully a little bit of 2027. So again, we'll keep that up to date, and you guys will know on my YouTube channel once things get serious enough, we can start making announcements, and you may even see on a video one eventually on my YouTube channel. But other than that, let's get back to the race.
It may be better than a year ago, Connor Daly behind him has expressed the feeling that he has the best race car at the Indianapolis 500 that he's ever had. And Penske, after their disappointment in 2025, and we've been speaking about this a lot in the days and weeks leading up to this, they are determined not just to win this race this year, but to lay down a marker and to dominate.
Well, they know right now that they're in the catbird seat, running third, fourth, and fifth. And Newgarden was on the press, but James, he's starting to chill out a bit and just get the fuel mileage to stretch this stint. Let's take a look at the Laura Cutaway car, just see exactly how that looks, what the track looks like, what the tow does for fuel efficiency.
So yeah, of course, if you are the first car in line, you're running flat out, throttle all the way to the floor. You're only getting about 3.1 miles per gallon. The driver then could feather that throttle a little bit if you're further back in the train.
And off throttle, you certainly burn less. And that fuel save lap will improve your mileage, going up to 3.5 miles to the gallon. And that's what everybody that's back there of the cars of Roman Grosjean and Cal Collette, including Alex Palou, they're looking to get that extra lap by coasting a little bit on the straightaways. Now, you can't come completely off the throttle. You come to about half throttle, but you're really looking to try to extend, go one lap further than your competition. That gets you that much closer to 500 miles.
And for the folks at home, when we say coasting, we're not talking about idling down to 30 miles an hour. The lap speed at the moment for your race leader, who is coasting 217 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's about 8 to 9 miles an hour slower to what they should be doing. It'll flat out. It'll be in the mid 220s, like 225, 226 race pace. Now, it doesn't mean that's not going to happen when we get closer to the end, but right now, 215 to about 218 is about where they're going to be at this point in the race. And like I said, that will save you a lap. And normally, you can go 30 to 33 laps on a tank of fuel. So we'll say 32. You can stretch out, that's one lap, 33. If you can really get good for it, that could be 34, 35 laps. You're in the Alex Rossi range when he made 36. I think he saved fuel a little bit before the green flag, too. So, not saying it'll go that far, but maybe the last pit stop window could open up at 165 this year instead of the traditional 170 if you plan on going flat out. So, right now, because of Grosjean and Collette being the lead, and it went a little bit longer, yeah, everybody still has 5 pit stops left, regardless of how you're going to do it. It's just the question is now when you do it and how you do it and what lap you're going to go in. So those guys on the traditional strategy, let me see something. Let me get my calculator out. I'm trying to do this in 6 stops, so divide by 6. Yeah, you got to make about 33 laps. So we'll do 33 times 6. So 198. So yeah, 2 of those stints you have to do 34 laps if you're going to do it on 6 stops. You got to average almost 34 laps, but just to barely to do it on 5 more stops. So 2 of the last 5 stops, you have to do 34 laps. So that's what I'm saying. You have to coast and save that extra lap. If not, you're going to have to come in with a few laps to go do a splash and go, which I don't think will be a problem for most teams. But still, depending on how long that splash and go goes, someone's going to try to run out and try to just go on fumes. Someone's not going to give a damn. But at the same time, though, it's going to be very interesting. Back to the race.
Lucas, McLaughlin, Newgarden, and now they all throw themselves down pit lane. Lap 61 at 200. Kevin Lee is standing by waiting.
And the last time the number 2 team picked up 6 spots on a very fast pit stop. Newgarden has charged through the field for the 2nd year in a row. He will hit his marks. Shell 100% renewable fuel and Firestones. Stop is solid for Newgarden, Georgia.
His teammate Scott McLaughlin back on pit lane for his second pit stop as well. 4 tires fuel and a small front wing adjustment. He had an open box to get out. Jamie. County Pelot down pit road. Explosives as they exit and blend at the end. Pelot making his way down next time by.
McLaughlin has got ahead of Connor Daly on that stop. Penske working it absolutely phenomenally. McLaughlin leads Daly, then it's Newgarden, then it's Malukas. You're allowed 2 wheels over that white line, all 4, and it's a penalty as McLaughlin brings them round to keep the pace. Stay ahead of this group because they fall ultimately a lap down. But Alex Pelot now will bring himself onto pit lane, and Jamie is standing by.
Hasn't said a whole lot about this race car. He has been happy with it. The 10 of Pelot led the most laps today, 34. There's that pit crew. Seldom do they make mistakes. Another good stop for Pelot. He's down.
See that pit stop time there, 7.2 for Pelot. Rosenquist right behind him. MSR crew doing equally good job.
Newgarden took McLaughlin heading into turn 1.
We'll have to see how they land on the back straightaway. Newgarden, McLaughlin, and Pelot.
And here they come.
Pelot's out of the pits.
Pelot out. Rosenquist behind him. Newgarden has got to the front of the group. Malukas making the move on Daly. Down the back stretch and into 3.
And with a very impressive pit stop, Felix Rosenquist of the Meyer Shank team as Pato Award gets by.
To just get by. That was an aggressive move by Pato. Really assertive on the inside of turn 3.
So Pelot leads Rosenquist. In terms of those who have stopped, Rasmussen, you see on the left, leads this race. He had to stop a couple of times on the caution. He's on an alternate strategy from VK, Harvey, Mick Schumacher. But this battle between Pelot, Rosenquist, Newgarden, McLaughlin, Malukas, and Daly ultimately worn in there as well. And Simpson comes out right into the middle, and Dixon has leapt up.
And now Malukas on the inside of McLaughlin. All sorts of shakeups happening as everybody tries to settle back in after this green flag sequence. But so much time and position, track position, can be lost and gained through these cycles. You see those top few haven't pit yet as now Schumacher comes into the pits.
So it's Ganassi running 1 and 3, and Penske now right up in the mix as well with all 3 of their cars. Huge pit stop for Scott Dixon on the green flag cycle.
The second place car, Felix Rosenquist, the MSR team in an association with Ganassi. So it is effectively a Ganassi 1, 2, 3. As Malukas puts the move on Newgarden for the 3, 4, 5, for the 4, 5, 6, as Ericsson gets through on Grosjean.
Almost looked like Ericsson got into the grass to get past Roman Grosjean there. Ericsson really doing a great job. Up to 13th right now. That'll become 10th.
Malukas now on Dixon. Malukas has pace. Pace aplenty in that Penske. It's up to what will be a net 3rd for him. Rosenquist ahead. Pelot at the front of the group.
Meanwhile, some drama for Connor Daly. Let's listen.
You guys bumped my left mirror. You guys show my left mirror. Show my left mirror. I can't see. Copy that. We're going to have to do the best we can.
Connor's got a spotter, but that is wounded visibility for sure. It could have been from the tear-off crew member or the fueler perhaps clipping the left side mirror when they went in to service the car.
Interestingly, everybody we thought was on an alternate strategy has now stopped. So everyone back on the same strategy means that this returns to being the battle for the lead of this race. 67 on 200 done. Pelot leads Rosenquist by 0.3. Malukas is up to 3rd. And look how racy that Penske looks as he gets right underneath the back of Rosenquist on the run down to 3. Does he look on the inside or the outside or keep his powder dry? Just stays where he is for the moment. Dixon 4th, Newgarden 5th, McLaughlin 6th. What a battle we're having.
I think Malukas thought maybe Rosenquist was going to try to pop out on the 10. Decided to just back off and have a little bit of clean room there. But Ferrucci fell down a little bit in that order. Let's take a look at the pit stop for the AJ Foyt Racing driver.
It's his mark's just right. The outside rear, the hardest of the four tires to change, but I saw a wheel nut rolling.
Yeah, that outside front, you can see it right there. Out of the gun. Quick work, though. All things he reached down to his belt, grabbed the backup nut. Not bad, all things considered. That could have been a lot worse.
Frucci still at 12.
Here comes Dixon. As Ericsson took the move on Kevin Simpson for P9. We haven't spoken much about Marcus Ericsson or indeed the Andretti cars other than that of Carl Kirkwood. Ericsson, though, a one-time winner of this race. And look at the pace that Dixon has off for.
PNC Bank on board, giving us great shots of that pass for Dixon. This guy is so good around here. He's led more laps in Indy than any other driver in history. And we always say he's only won once. And you can hear that call from Dixon saying, let's speed up. We got to work together with his teammate Palou. They did a beautiful job of this back in 2023, controlled the first half of the race.
Yeah, we might see that again as Dixon now goes around Palou and takes the lead. Nobody's been better on that line. Dixon pit stops than Scott Dixon.
Scott Dixon did not lead a single lap in the Indianapolis 500 last year. He has led until today 677 laps at the Indy 500, the most of all time. The six-time champion, the 2008 winner of this fabled race, back in the lead.
All right, well, y'all hearing that sound going on?
When Dixon talks about working together, what he means by that is the 9 and 10 team cars from Chip Ganassi Racing take turns. They trade positions up at the point, leading this field. Because again, like you said, if you're leading, you're running more fuel. So if you kind of share the load of being the car at the front of the peloton, so to speak, the front of the pack, both cars can sort of extend that window. And here you go. This is all coordinated. This is all very choreographed work right now by Ganassi. Whereas behind Rosenquist and Malukas, no such deal there.
Well, you mentioned the technical relationship between Chip Ganassi Racing and Felix Rosenquist.
So, yeah, we're 71 laps into this race. Palou just took the lead again. Scott Dixon led a lap or two. New Garden's in fifth, Malukas in fourth. Those Penske cars are going to have something to say that second half. Fourth, fifth, and sixth.
Look at how busy his hands are on that steering wheel compared to almost any other driver out there. O'Ward likes this car a little loose as the Ganassi drivers go to work.
I'm probably going to do the whole race, you guys. If I'm starting to feel a little bit hot and sweaty. And so what I'm going to do is, hold on a second, let me just cut the sound off for a minute. I'm just going to call the day here a little earlier than planned. I do apologize, but especially I'm got the one to be suffering a little bit in this heat, and I'm starting to feel a little bit under the weather a little bit. And oh wait, somebody came on. We might stay off a few more minutes. See how I'm feeling. But yeah, but being here at least I'm gonna do all 200 laps, but hey, like I said, if something happens, it's out of my control. In this case, I have to keep myself healthy because I got to get ready for next week. But I will make an announcement today before the stream ends. I will do a quick birthday stream. It'll be up to 90 minutes next week. So I'm going to put it in the chat. Let me put it in the chat next. Next live stream for my birthday. Hold on, make sure I spell that right. Will be on May 30th at 11 p.m. EST, and that'll be for 1 hour, regardless how I feel, what I'm doing. That will be on, and that will go until at least 12:01, maybe 12:02 a.m. in the morning. So it'll be an hour, maybe an hour, a couple of minutes. Because I want to do a very quick short before I go to bed. So that will be in Queens in my hotel room. So this coming yeah, this coming Saturday night will be on my birthday. Now, if you're on Facebook, I'm going to do it late on the 29th going into the 30th. So that will be 11 to 12. So if y'all want to just join me, help celebrate my birthday, on the 31st, the stream will be on May 30th, 11 p.m., and it'll go to at least 12:01 a.m. the first minute of my birthday. So we'll have a good time. We'll talk about some stuff on my birthday, talk about some goals, and hopefully I can convince one of my friends who's in another part of the world to join the chat and just say hello, and then maybe you guys can ask some questions and go from there. Like I said, I'm sorry I couldn't stay on longer, but I had to do what's right for my health and whatever. Again, a quick shout out to Kyle Bush's family, and I hope we keep them in their thoughts and prayers. All right, so this will end the live stream. So as always, may the Lord bless you and keep you. Remember, do everything you can to best of your ability, love and respect. Love and appreciate y'all so much for coming out and do this. I'm sorry I wasn't feeling 100% better, but we will try to do something again with a sports stream at some point. Maybe an NBA Finals game. If my Knicks make it, especially, we could do maybe one of the games. Because they'll be on the road. Maybe game 3 of the NBA Finals, we might do a Knicks game at MSG and just do a live. We'll see how I'm feeling. Assuming the Knicks will make the finals, we'll go from there. All right, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the second half of your race. So I'm going to rest up and enjoy. Talk to my family members. I'll see you this coming Saturday for the live stream, my birthday. God bless you. Bye.